we do this massive outreach to a bunch of creators. Let's just say you're selling a protein bar, targeting women. Let's just get thousands and thousands of affiliates. And with TikTok Shop, the only cost really at the start is your affiliate fees. So these creators get a commission if they sell a product. And so you just want a high volume of creators. You just want as many people talking about it. And there's a lot of people, there's kind of two sides of this, where you have the businesses leveraging it and you have the affiliates who are, who knows, stay-at-home mom looking to make a few extra bucks. She's a TikTok Shop creator. And so there's the creators, you have the shop, and then this is crazy. In China, there are whole warehouses filled with just professional live shoppers. So you'd have like creators that are just in there all day. A company pays this company that has this huge warehouse, and every single room is just like a 24/7 live stream of people pushing product. And I got off a call 2 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago with like, there's now the American versions of this. So like there's this guy that's it's not so much cash is going into all this. It's building out this huge, and I've heard of multiple coming up in the US, kind of dystopian, where you'd have this massive like corporate building, but instead of like all the offices, they're just like, they hire like creators. So like, here's like a 24-year-old girl, here's a 45-year-old guy talking about balding, and they just get them in, and it's just like,
I've seen it
all day.
I've seen it, and I don't know where I saw it, but it was basically like, looked like you were at a state fair. It was like Stations, Dude Wipes is there.
Yeah, right.
And then, you know, you got like somebody selling Sephora makeup, and they're all just like talking, they got the lights. And I'm like, this is crazy.
It's insane.
Is that the future of where we're headed? Or is this like, do you think this is a fad?
I think it's like Gary Vee always talks about like underpriced attention. Like I think like TikTok Shop has been for the last few years. It's like the underpriced thing where Meta like ads is like, it's getting more expensive, more competitive, harder to make work. So the TikTok Shop thing is something that is viable. It is a pretty heavy lift to get up and running and at scale. It's just a lot of manual stuff. But I think it has a lot of legs to it. I think from what I've seen in like Asia, and it's so much bigger there than here.
It is.
I think it's only going to continue to grow, and just seeing the amount of investment that's going into these crazy creator hubs, I think it's going to be definitely prevalent, next 5 to 10 years. But again, it'll like any marketing channel, it's underpriced now. Everyone will catch up to speed in say 5 years, and it's going to be, what's the new thing?
Washed out.
Yeah.
What do you think the future is for the user-generated content with AI? Influencers that make their money off this? Do you think that value will continue to go up, or do you think that there will be more and more and more people? You start having AI influencers. Like, what do you think the person that I have a patient literally right now that just quit her job, become a full-time influencer, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you think the future is for somebody that does that in 5-10 years?
I personally think AI influencers are a complete scam. So
you think it's a hoax?
It's okay. So there's basically right now it's kind of it's a wild west of marketing. So you could get these AI creators and everything. But I mean, and I'm not, we've leveraged AI and tons of AI into our creative, but it is technically, unless you disclose it, right? I feel like there's going to be a wave of all this regulation, and I think Meta is going to have to catch up to it, where all these AI influencers, like, you can't run that ad unless you blatantly say on the bottom, this is not a real, creator or influencer. This is completely AI. So right now it's like people are taking advantage of it. They're creating a bunch of creative. I think the human authenticity, human touch will still be in demand. And I think it's for the creators that we work with, it's actually like quite hard to find people that are actually good at creating compelling, authentic content that doesn't look like they're just reading off a script and just, promoting a product just because they're getting paid. But I think the AI thing, I feel like it's going to get just heavily regulated, where it won't be, as easy to use, and then you'd have to disclose it. And then when you disclose it, probably will lose its effectiveness.
It loses its effectiveness. Yeah. And I would agree with you. I was just because you hear two ends of the spectrum. You hear that the user-generated content is going to be like huge, and then you also hear that it's going to become so many people doing it. Yeah, the window is going to sort of close. There's going to be less money thrown at it. It's going to be sort of washed out. So I hear both ends of it, right? Gary Vee's like, oh, you got 18 months, you got 36 months for glasses, and like your window is going to be gone. So I always think, being so new to it, I don't have experience like you do, whether, being business. I'm more like, hey, I'm trying to grow my small business in Texas and trying to create organic content. But sometimes I'm like, man, it'd be pretty cool to do this podcast for a living. Or, you know what I mean? Like get paid to throw in some product placements. So I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, if this takes off, it'd be some icing on the cake. But
no, I definitely think, Yeah, organic, authentic. I think the authentic content is just going to be more in demand. I think a lot of the AI stuff is good. I'm not completely bullish on like AI is like, there's gonna be no more real podcasts. Like it's just gonna be AI slop that we're just gonna be listening to. There's just no way. So
as good as it gets, it doesn't have the human element to it. I mean, I'm sure during our lifetime, we're both young, I'm sure it will get to a point where it's fantastic. It improves our lives. It also probably, there's some negatives to our lives as well and what it can do. But I would agree with you on that. I think that the authenticity of a human being on a product for e-com, like you're saying, is really valuable. It's really, really valuable. I'm going to throw some hot takes at you. When you're doing ads, video versus like a still image, picture, graphic.
I'll say video, but if you're just trying to like get some quick thing, it's a lot obviously easier to get graphics out there. And usually we always start with graphics when we're testing things. And then once we figure out the messaging, we'll move to video. Video generally converts better. A solid video converts better than a still, but still can still work.
Okay. What do you think of, I see these guys all the time and I don't remember the name, but they did all the ads for like Dollar Shave Club and like all of the almost like humorous comedy ads.
Yeah.
And they have a decent track record of like blowing these companies up.
Yep.